good morning, and welcome to Rise and 9, waking up to some snow this morning.
Yeah, Tuesday, February 3rd, the day after Groundhog's Day, and yeah, I was surprised. I went out to my kitchen and I'm like, this feels too bright. Something's going on here.
I noticed when I pulled out of my driveway that it just was snowy on my driveway, which obviously wasn't there yesterday, and I'm like, wait a second, this happened all while I was asleep.
Right, it was kind of a surprise, and it was quite a bit of snow too. I think it was around an inch of snow. It was hard to even see the highway driving in.
Yeah, the roads were completely covered in my neighborhood, and many of the roads on my way into the office. Of course, we come in so early, so I know that improved throughout the morning just looking at city cams and road cams, but yeah, something to be aware of this morning if you're still out and about.
Yeah, and no school's delayed or anything, wasn't a huge deal, but yeah, when we drive in super early, it is a bit different. There's less traffic to worry about, though, for us.
Yes, and now that we have that out of the way, it is supposed to improve at least. Back into the 20s, kind of similar to yesterday, which felt so much warmer.
It did. I was outside walking, and I'm like, this feels pleasant outside, which is crazy, because it was like, what, 20 degrees maybe?
Yeah, it makes such a big difference compared to when we felt like negative 40 just a week ago. So, yeah, it's just, all relative.
It's amazing how much you can acclimate to something, and then you're like, oh, 20, amazing.
I know. I still am like, it's not quite 30, but we're getting there.
Right, exactly. And this weekend will be nice, and the 40s. Yeah. It's going to feel even warmer.
That sounds like summer to hear 40s again.
Yeah, and 30 years ago, today is when Iowa said its coldest day ever.
Yeah, in 1996, it was 47 degrees below zero in Elkader. No thanks.
That is so cold. We are so happy it's not like that today.
Yeah, we had some video from KCCI in Des Moines on the morning show today.
It was funny.
It was so funny hearing the interviews that they got with people back then 30 years ago. One guy said, I'm loading up my wife and kids. We're getting out of here.
We're leaving the state. Unclear if he actually did, but we've all been there. We've all thought that.
Yeah, we've all thought, why do I live here? But, we love Iowa. It's just... Winters can get tough, especially when you're past the holiday stretch. You're into January.
Right.
Now it's February, thank goodness. And we can see the light at the end of the tunnel.
Right. And you have something like this where you're like, oh, it snowed again. Oh, well.
Right. You're like, oh, it's not so bad.
Yeah, it's just what we do when you drive into work these days.
Yeah. Hopefully not too many more times this year.
Yeah. Lots of snow plows out, though. I saw people clearing out the parking lots. There were over 100 plows out at one point when I watched. They're still working hard today.
Yeah. I saw lots of the smaller ones out even overnight on my way into the office doing work, too. So we appreciate that very much. It needed it this morning.
Yeah. I even saw a deer out. It was just out by the road just looking around like, what is this?
Maybe it enjoyed the snow. I don't know.
Maybe.
Well, a story we want to get to this morning happening today. The Marion City Council is going to meet to discuss possibly an expansion at the Linn County Solid Waste Agency out at the landfill.
Right. It says it's been filling up faster than it projected. Some of the reasons why people are just in 2020, people were bringing more things to the landfill, and then that got even worse in August 2020 after the derecho happened.
Yeah, so all of that combined with the increase in population that Linn County has seen, the Linn County Solid Waste Agency say that this is filling up way quicker than they expected. In a 50-year plan that was made in 1994, the landfill was supposed to reach capacity in 2044. Now they say it'll be filled up by 2036, which is 8 years sooner than they thought.
Right.
So need to kind of get these plans in place for what's going to happen next as they want to expand hopefully 450 feet to the south.
And the Marion City Council is discussing that at their meeting today. So they're also asking for the Linn County or the Solid Waste Agency to pay $250,000 a year host fee, and in addition to that, $1.07 charge per ton of residential waste and $2.25 per ton of commercial and industrial waste.
Yeah, so this does come at a cost. The Solid Waste Agency did mention, like we said, just the increase in garbage with a variety of factors is what caused this timeline to bump up so quickly. But now it's something that they're trying to hash out, obviously, 2036. It will be here before we know it.
Exactly. And something that can affect people. Nobody really wants to live by a landfill, but we all need it. When you throw stuff away, it just doesn't disappear.
Yeah, it's not fun to think about trash. However, it is a needed thing, and it's space that they obviously need out there.
Right, and it is so interesting to see the video from the landfill, how they manage all that. It's just tons of things that they have to figure out how to deal with.
Yeah, it's really interesting to go out there and just see kind of the process of everything. It depends on what you're recycling or throwing away, but quite a big operation out there in Linn County.
A lot of birds.
Yeah, that's true too.
Right. And another thing that we've covered yesterday, the UNI food pantry, demand is going up there at UNI for students.
Yeah, so obviously not fortunate that demand is going up, but because more people need food in the Panther Pantry, it has moved into a larger, more accessible space, which is also more visible to students.
Yeah, some students said they didn't know it was there. It was hard to find. So since that opened in 2019, that demand has tripled, more than 700 students using it for help.
Yeah, so obviously an important resource there at UNI. So hopefully this new space is more visible for people and they can get the help that they need.
Yeah, the woman who manages it said, she get the impression students say they budget for tuition and transportation, but food is not always a priority.
Right. So many things to think about as a college student. I even think back to those days. Obviously, you're spending a lot of time in class, trying to balance maybe a job or whatever else you're into, on top of maybe it's the first time you're out paying your own bills. So yeah, very, very important there.
Right, exactly.
We also want to tell you a really cool story. Blood donation from a 100-year-old woman.
Yeah, 100-year-old Nadine Roberts gave blood for the 51st time yesterday. She said she likes to donate maybe a couple times a year, and there's no age limit on giving blood if you meet all the other health qualifications.
Yeah, you said this even inspired you yesterday.
Yes, I heard about this story. She said Nadine wanted to lead by example, and she inspired me. I signed up to give blood yesterday. I just went to a donor center, but I found out you can still say you're donating at that. So I wrote that down so it could count toward hers. But yeah, it was my donation number 25. So that's over 3 gallons of blood I've donated, and I'm O negative, so universal donor.
That's awesome.
So it goes to help in emergencies.
Yeah, it's just crazy that how many she's done, and you even already at such a young age, but for her being 100, continuing to do this, and she said she doesn't plan to stop.
Right, and it only takes about 45 minutes or so, and just you get the free snacks. And I know Impact Life is doing a special promotional with Cedar Ridge Distillery. Get some free things, or even you get a $20 gift card or something like that to some places. So that's not the number one reason, but there are some extra incentives.
Yeah, some things that could kind of maybe help inspire more people to give. I know they always are in need of more blood.
Right, and especially around the holidays, things can, with all the snowstorms, that can impact drives across the nation, even as the need may even go up from emergencies like that.
Yeah, this is a really neat story that you can check out on our website, kcrg.com.
And it was just neat to hear from Nadine, too.
I know. I love that they were able to interview her and just capture that whole story. And something she was able to do with the help of her church, too.
Right, it just seems very nice.
Yes. Okay, so we know a lot of you are maybe thinking about the Super Bowl coming up on Sunday, but another fun thing that happens on Sunday is the Puppy Bowl.
Yes, and Entertainment Weekly reports that 4 puppies in that big game are from right here in Iowa.
Yes, and of course the Puppy Bowl always highlights adoptable dogs and kind of helps, boost that visibility so that more dogs can get adopted, and they're so cute.
Oh, adorable. And they're all from A57 Heinz Pet Rescue in DeSoto.
Yes, the names, we have Asiago, it's my favorite kind of bagel, Boopsy, Dandelion, and Atticus, I think is how you would maybe pronounce that second name there. But 3 of them are on Team Rough, but Atticus is Team Fluff.
Competing for the very prestigious Lombardi Trophy.
And this will be airing on Sunday, like we mentioned. It's 2 o'clock Eastern, so that's 1 o'clock Iowa time. I always remember watching this growing up, just something fun to see before the big game.
Yeah, in the afternoon when you can, before we have to go to bed. But yeah, I feel like they also had cat cheerleaders, right? If I'm remembering correctly.
I do kind of have a memory of something of that nature as well.
And it's so cute, though, just to see the dogs running up and down.
I know, and it's so important, obviously, to raise awareness, too, of all the dogs that do need a good home.
Yes, lots of dogs need a good home. We got our dog as a rescue from Animal Welfare Friends. They always have lots of dogs in need. Yeah. And we're kind of looking for another dog to adopt. And I've been sending my husband some pictures of dogs. And now that's like all my Facebook is right now. They're like, you like dogs? These are available.
Here's some. It's funny how it knows.
Right.
But we always have dogs coming in, whether it be on Everyday Iowa or just different segments to kind of highlight the need for adoption and all the pets that are available and that need good homes.
Yeah, we'll have Jacqueline Nyans from St. Cat Rescue coming in tomorrow. She was just here yesterday on
Yes.
Everyday Iowa. We were joking that she needs to get a desk because she comes in so often, but it's for a good reason to get those cats donated to. And they, even if you can't have a cat or a dog, they will still accept your donations. It's a lot of money to pay for the spay, neuter, medical care, or your time too. They love being around people. Well, most of them. Maybe some cats don't.
Yeah, can't forget the cats. Of course, we were talking about puppies, but the cats are so sweet as well. I know I unfortunately am allergic to cats. I really wish I wasn't because I think they're so sweet, but I will not stop sneezing. However, my mom did adopt a cat from Nebraska, and it has just been such a great addition to their home. She just loves her.
Oh yeah, we love our rescue pup, Walt. He did oversleep last night. He woke up on the sofa a bit.
It's like, what happened? Did it snow?
Right. I know, he came back in from outside and he was all snowy. I'm like, oh, I can tell that the snow is still coming down because this is on your fur, which is now on the bed.
Yeah, I could tell everyone in my house is kind of getting over it.
Yeah.
You know, like, just the kids want to go outside and play. The dog doesn't want to go outside because it's too cold for her, and it's just a whole thing. So hopefully we're almost done.
Right. I can tell our neighbors are getting over it too. Like when the first snow falls, it seemed like everybody in the area would have their sidewalks shoveled off, and now maybe not quite as quick. I'm getting some wet shoes.
Yeah, like,
need to keep wearing my boots.
Okay, I got a shovel.
I guess so. We need to get out there.
I know, yeah, but it is going to warm up today. Like we said, it'll be very similar to yesterday later on, which will be so nice.
Yeah, and then we can complain about the mud and something else.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. Well, thank you for joining us this morning on Rise and 9.